So I'm gonna make some bucket hats. They're really cute and they're really easy to make. I do these while I'm watching TV, so I don't end up doom scrolling on my phone or my computer. Kind of gives me something to do, and they're really cute because you can do any kind of pattern, whatever colors you want. You can have long brims, you can have short brims. They're just super cute. They would be great gifts. I personally like myself a little bucket hat. They're really easy to wear. So we'll go kind of step by step how to make these super cute hats, and yeah, we'll go from there. Today I'm going to use these two colors. Was going to do this as the main color, and I hope I have enough, and then this as an accent color. They are a number 4 medium weight, easy basic yarn, and I personally use a 6.5. I don't know, it just seems easier for me. It's the perfect size. Play with it. Once you've got it down, play with it, see what works for you. You will need something to do the ends and some scissors. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to find the end. It's here somewhere. Okay, so first thing we want to do is make a magic circle with 12 double crochets. Well, 11 double crochets and one with the 3 chain. I know a lot of people do magic circles differently, and that's fine. However you want to do your magic circle is just fine. It just, in the end, need 12. So this is just my way of doing it. I find it the easiest way to do it for me. So I'm going to chain 3. Get untangled here. So start with a chain 3. And then from here you want 11 more double crochets to make a total of 12. And I know this might seem clumsy to you, how I do it, but again, I just have found this the easiest way for me. If you have, like I said, another way of doing it where it's easier for you, go for it. More power to you. There we go. So you count the chain of 3 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, just gonna double check to make sure I have it right because, you know. So chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So then we're going to slip stitch into the first, and I just pulled this a little tight so it wouldn't be so loosey-goosey. And then slip stitch into the beginning. And again, everybody does it differently. Whatever works for you as far as slip stitching your chains together. I know there probably a better way to do it, but this is how I do it. So I slipped into the first one, and now I'm going to take my slip stitch and just give it a good tug so it's closed. From here, you can take your needle and just work this around to secure the end. Once you do that, you can, and I kind of go all the way to the beginning. Again, it's all a matter of preference. You know, I know some people out there have been doing these for a long time and they have a better way of doing it. I'm sure my grandmother would have done it a different way, but this, like I said, works the best for me. So give it a good tug, close off that circle, and then I know I'm using pinking shears. That's what I could find at the moment. All you need to do is cut off that little end. Okay, so now that we have the base done, then we're going to move on to row 2. Okay, so row 2, we're going to double crochet into each opening. So each one of these openings here, we're going to put 2 double crochets into each opening. The first one, and I'm just going to slip stitch into the next one just to secure off my circle, make sure it doesn't slide open on me. And then, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna do a second double crochet in the same opening. 1, so now I have 2, essentially 2 double crochets in the first, and then we're gonna go into the next opening and do 2 double crochets, and then you're just gonna work your way all the way around 2 double crochets, and in the end you will have 24 double crochets, 12 sets of 2. So make your way all the way around. I'm going to quickly do my 12 here. Feel free to pause and go back anytime you would like. was doing for a second. These hats also make good gifts. They make it kind of fun to coordinate with your outfits. So yeah, I'm just gonna quick count what I've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I missed it up. I'm sure you guys saw that as a jibber jabbering. So let's go back a little. Okay, let me just double check here. I'm going to count as a set of 2, and there should be 12 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. I need one more set. Well, there we go. Okay, so and then again, just slip stitch into the beginning to close off this rose circle, and that is row 2. So you've just expanded on your second row. Next we'll move on to row 3. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 double crochets in each opening. The first being one, chain 3, 2 double crochets. The next 11 openings will be 3 double crochets. Pretty straightforward on this row. So I'm going to slip stitch into my next opening. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets to give you 3 for this group. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so then you're going to do 3 double crochets the rest of the way around, making sure that you don't go between this group of 2 and you go into the next. And I always kind of know that this is the group of 2 because there's an opening here, or they're stitched into here and they're stitched into here, so my opening is here. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2. So I'll do it one more time, and then 1, 2, 3. So there's one group of 3, there's 2 groups of 3, there's second group of 3, and you want to do that all the way around till you meet up at the end. So I will meet you guys around this way, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm almost at the end. I have one more set to do here. So I have so we have triple crocheted all the way around in each one of the openings. So as you can see, you've got row 2 with just 2 double crochets, and row 3 with 3 double crochets. Okay, and so we'll slip stitch these together, and that is row 3. Next we'll do row 4, another expansion row to make it bigger. Okay, all right, so row 4, expansion row is all right. So what we want to do, I have slip stitched into the first one, the first top stitch. I'm going to slip stitch into the second, and then start my row in the next opening. So here's 1, 2, 3. So the first group is going to be a chain 3, 3 double crochets. That means it'll be a total of 4, and we're going to go back and forth in the next stitches between 4 double crochets and 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first group has 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The chain counts as 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So your second group into this next opening is going to be a 3 double crochet. So we're going to, and we're not doing a chain 1 between each of the groups. The hat gets too floppy and a little hard to work with, so you're just going directly from group to group to group without doing 1 chain. So from here you're going to yarn over and do 3 double crochets. 2, 3. So group of 4, group of 3. So then your third opening, your third group is going to be a 4 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have a group of 4. You have a group of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, a group of 3, 1, 2, 3, and a group of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your next group into the next opening. Again, no chain 1 is going to be a group of 3. 1, 2, 3. So 4, 3, 4, 3. And so you want to continue that all the way around. Little hint, continue to check your work of 4, 3, 4, 3. I have gotten nearly all the way around the circle and realized that I did 2 3s or I did 2 4s. Yeah, then you got to pull it all out, go back, because it does make a difference on the next row. The next row will be, after this one, will be your last expanding row, and then we'll go on to the sides. But for now, I will meet you around to the side, and we will double check our work. Okay, so I'm almost at the end here. I have a crochet 3. I need a 4 and a 3 because we started out with 4. So if you did it right, like I said, double check your work, it will come out right. And that's another reason why I know I've done it wrong, because I end up doing 2 4s in a row and then I realize I messed it up. So I need a 3, I need 4 double crochets in this opening, so 1, 2, there's 4, and then the last one right here is 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. So now we're starting to get bigger, so there's a 4, there's a 3, there's a 4, a 3, a 4, a 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 3. And then just slip stitch into the first group. To secure that row. So next row we will do our final expansion row. All right, row 5. We are going to double crochet in each opening, and between in the middle of the group of 4. So you're going to go into past this second double crochet and you're going to go into there. So again, this is our last expansion row to make the size. So just easier if I show you. I'm going to slip stitch to the next opening. So this opening here, chain 3 for your first post, for your first double crochet. 1, 2, 3. That's your first one. That's your second one. Your third one. Okay. So then we're going to, again, no chain between the two double crochets. We're just going straight from one group to the next group. No chain. So we're going to do another double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do our next group of 3 double crochets in between this group of 4. So 1, 2, there's your first double crochet, there's your second one, and you're going to go between these. So, whoops, start again, between them, 1, oh, I'm just trying to go too fast here, 2, 3. So opening, opening in between the group of 4, and then we're going to do this next immediate opening, so don't go past there. So we're going to go 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets in the next opening, because this is only a group of 3. 1, 2, 3. So into the next opening. Oh, I gotta slow down. One, 2, 3, and then again here's your next group of 4, so you're going to 1, 2 into the opening, 3 double crochets, so 3 double crochets. Your first is your chain 3 and then 2 double crochets, so that's a group of 3. Opening, opening into your group of 2 between the 2, opening, opening in between your group of 2, and then you're going to do the same all the way around. Opening, opening between the group of 2, opening, opening between the group of 2, all the way around till you get to the end. So I'm going to go around, I'll meet you back here, and we will go from there, okay? Alright, I am almost to the end. I just have one more left between this group of 4. It's bothering me. Okay. So three double crochets in between this group of 4 to finish this off. And then slip, stitch into your first group, and then that will complete your expansion rows. And I know that these, you know, it looks kind of sided, but once you start doing the next rows, we're going to start building the walls of the hat. The wall of the hat, you're not even going to notice it. So we're going to move on to building the wall of the hat. This next steps are pretty straightforward, but it's where you get to be creative. So okay, so now we're going to do rows 6 through 16, so 10 total rows. So on this one, this row 1, row 2, row 3, the row 4, row 5. So this was your last expansion row that went between, I know this is a darker yarn, but between your stitches. So this is row 5. So starting here, we're going to do 10 rows. So on this particular hat, I alternated every 2 rows, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you need 10 total rows. And you're literally, every row, you're just going between each group with no chain between your groups. So we're going to do 10 rows. I'm going to get you started here. We're going to do 10 rows. This hat I did every other. This hat I kind of played with it. So my first 2 rows, first 2 rows were white, and then I did 2 rows of purple and 2 rows of white, and then I kind of went from there just to play with it. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And this would be my 10th row right there. So the possibilities are endless. You know, I got that one. I have this one where I did several rows in this color. So really, the sky's the limit on the next rows. It's really up to you. So let's get started on that. So again, just slip stitching into the top stitch to get to your next opening. And like all the other ones, you're gonna first start with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, or I'm sorry, a chain of 3, and then 2 double crochets, and your chain of 3 counts as your first double crochet. So your group of 3, and you're just going to work your way around, all the way around in each opening. No fancy going between any stitches or going between any of your double crochets. This is where it gets a lot more simple. So double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, group of 3. Then into your next opening, another group of 3 double crochets. With the exception of our rim on the hats, this entire hat is double crochets with the exception of the rim. You're gonna single crochet. We'll get there later. 1, 2, and 3. So meet you around the beginning. Double crocheting into each opening. Sorry, I had kind of a little mind blank there. So 3 double crochets in each opening, go all the way around. I will meet you at the end. All right, so I have one group of 3 double crochets left to do. So we've made it to the beginning of our circle, and then we're gonna slip stitch into this one to close it off. So this row is what's gonna start your walls. Now right now it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a wall, but when you start going around and around again and again, it'll start building the walls up. So at this point you can decide whether you're going to change colors or you're going to keep the colors the same. I'm going to do one more row of the same color, and then I'm going to switch colors. So this is like any other row. You're going to slip into the top of the next one, make a chain 3, 1, 2, 3 double crochet, or 2 more double crochets in this opening, okay, so you've got your first one. Sorry about that, had a check on something. Group of 3 double crochets, and then you go into your next opening, 3 more double crochets, just like your row before, and you just go all the way around to the beginning of this row. So I will meet you around here doing, at the beginning, doing 3 double crochets in each one of these openings. Okay, so I've got one left on my second wall row. So 3 double crochets in the opening, and then a slip stitch into that one to complete the row. So this was our last expansion row. This is row 6, row 7. Now I'm going to change colors. I know that everybody has different ways of changing colors in rows. This is how I change colors for this hat. Again, you can change the colors in your rows however you are most comfortable doing it. This is just how I do it. So slip stitch into the next row, or the next stitch before the opening, and then give it a good pull. And then let's find the end. give yourself a loop with a long enough tail here. So what I do is I insert the hook at the base of this loop and pull through. Then I'm ready to do my chain, and make sure that you are looping with these tails to kind of hold them in. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more double crochets, making sure you have these 2 tails. I don't know, I call them tails, whatever you want to call them. Stitched inside. So 1 and 2. So you've got all of these stitched inside here. You still have your loop out here. So what you want to do with that is take this, give it a pull, and now you've attached the 2 colors together. And then you're going to, you don't have to do this step. So after you pull this tight to connect these 2 together, what I do is just to secure these ends, is I just give it a tie. Just 1, and 2, and then once you cut it off, you can hide your little knot. And again, it's not a necessary step, but I just feel better if I do it that way. And you can hide it that way. And then from here, you just continue around with your 3 double crochets, and as you can see, it's already starting to form the walls. And so what I'll do is I will continue making, I'm going to do 4 rows of this dark blue, so that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would give me 6 rows. So 2, 4, and 6. So I'm going to do 4 rows of 6, and then I will come back and do the color change again and show you how I do the color change again. So we will be back after we do 4 rows of this navy blue. Thank you. Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm not going to do 4 rows. I'm going to do 2, 2, and then go from there. Anyway, so I came to the end of my 2nd row. I'm going to slip stitch these together, slip stitch into the next, and then I'm going to change colors again back to this slate color. So make a loop with your tail, and at the base of your loop, go into that and pull your loop through. And then you've got your two, like I said, I call them tails, whatever you want to call them. My hands are cold, so my rings are spinning. And then do your chain 3, 1, 2, 3, making sure that you are capturing your little tails as you're doing this, and then 2 more double crochets, 1, 2. So now you've got your essentially 3 double crochets right here. Chain 3 is 1, counts as 1 double crochet, and your 2 more, so you have 3 double crochets. Now don't forget, you've got your little loop here. You want to take that color and pull it tight. And so now, again, this is not a necessary step, and you can pull this little tail tight too. Kind of cleans up the end here. And then, like I said, I tie it off. Just makes me feel better. And with the little grouping there, it hides the tie off anyway. And yes, these are pinking shears, like I said. It's what I had at the time so. Alright, so we are done with the navy for a little bit. And now I've got everything tangled up. Let's get untangled here. There we go. So, and then you can just pull these little things over. It hides it. Makes it look neater. So then, oh, and as you can see, we are progressing into a bowl, a hat, walls. So, like I said, my hands are cold. It's cold outside, and it's just cold. My hands are cold. Okay, so then just proceed again. This would make my 5th row out of this 6 through 16. So essentially 10 rows. Let me just write that down. 10 rows. There you go. So this would be my 5th row of the 10. Doing double crochets, 3 double crochets in the openings, and you just proceed all the way around, and you keep going. So you can either keep switching rows, you can switch rows, you know, do main color, accent color, main color, accent color, main color, accent color. You can do any combination. It's really up to you. Or If you want just a solid color hat, you just keep going. You don't have to change colors. You want a solid color basic hat, that is perfectly acceptable too. They are your hats. Customized however you want. If you're just trying to use up scraps of yarn, that is another way of doing it. I have lots of little, skeins that don't have much left. I'm probably going to tie, join the skeins, make one big skein, and then just make a hat. See you later. I'm probably going to just keep going with my 10 rows, and after my 10 rows I will come back and show you how to do the brim. So I'm going to do my 10 rows and come back and just switch colors like I was doing before. If you need to see how to switch colors the way I do, just let me know, or I can go to, you can back up to how I did it here and here. So I will see you after 10 rows. Now that I have finished my 10 rows, so we have, this was our last expanding circle, and then this row is where we started our sides of our hat. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they're all 3 double crochets in each one of the openings of a group of 3. So now we're going to do the brim, and the brim is really up to you on how big you make your brim of your hat. So I'm getting all tangled up here. So but we're just going to do a basic brim on this hat. So we're gonna do another expansion circle like we did before, just like row 4. Oh, this is not my, let's get the right one here. Just like row 4, get the right one there. So row 4, and that was the first one, 3 double crochets, or 3 chains, and then 3 double crochets, which make 4 in the group. And we're going to alternate between 4 and 3 and 4 and 3. So I'm going to start my 3 double crochets, or 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets, 2, 3. So our first one is got a group of 4. Your 3 chains count as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your next grouping will be only 3 double crochets, one, 2, and 3. So you got a group of 4, group of 3. Your next one is going to be a group of 4 in the opening. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to do this all the way around, 4, 3, 4, 3, all the way around. In each one of the openings, that will help expand a little to make it more bucket hat. So that is what we did here. We have the 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. So you just keep going around. And then we'll move on. And so make your way around, making your 4, 3. This one was 4. One. 2, and 3. So you have 4, 3, 4, 3. Go all the way around. I'll meet you back here at all right. So our first expanding row, I'm almost completed doing the 4, 3. So I just need one more 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then one more 3 because we started with the 4. We just need a 3, 1, 2, and 3. So that is our expanding row. Excuse me, slip stitch into the one we started with, and then slip into the tops here to get to the next opening. So now this next row we're going to do just like we did row 5. We're going to put a group of 3 into each opening, and then a group of 3 into the middle of your group of 4. And so I will get us started on that, and that helps with your basic expansion of your brim. It's not a very wide brim, and sometimes you just want your just basic brim. From this point, after you finish this row, you can always add more rows to make it longer. You can expand it again to make it kind of that floppy, wavy look. It's really up to you on how big you want the brim. So I've done my 2 open spots, and then we're going to go in the middle of that group of 4 and do 3 double crochets in the middle of that group of 4. Actually, I think I'm going to change just a little bit, considering who I might be giving this to. I'm just going to do 2 in the middle of this one. Typically you would do 3, but I'm considering who I'm giving this to. I think I'm just going to do 2 in the groups of 4. That way it doesn't flare too much for this person. So then you would do your 3 in the opening, and that's kind of the cool thing about this bucket pattern. You can kind of change it up. As you see, I did 2 rows of blue, and then I alternated the gray or slate blue, and then I did 2 rows of the slate on top of the 2 rows of slate up here. So I mean, you can really make the pattern however you want. So 3 more in this opening. And then as I'm doing this pattern, I'm just going to do the 2 in the group of 4. But again, you can do the 3 to make sure the brim expands out, wider. So that is how I'm going to complete this one around. Why does that not look right? Because it's probably not. There we go. And I will meet you back here at the beginning to finish off the edge. Alright, so I have a couple left here. I'm just going to finish it off with you. After you finish this row, feel free to add as many rows as you want. Try the hat on, see if it's long enough brim for you. You can always go around again with a half double crochet if you just want it a little bit longer, or a full double crochet if you want it a lot longer brim. It's really up to you. I'm just making the basic brim right now. So now we've gone all the way around on my last row. So now we're going to add an edging. Now you can either do the same color of edging all the way around, or you can add your accent color. I'm going to add the accent color just to make it, you know, just kind of a cool little touch to it. But again, you can just start doing this single crochet all the way around. I'm going to add my accent. So we're just going to slip, slip, and then one more time add a color to it. Making sure that I capture as I go around the tails, as I call them. Oh, but not pulling them through. Let's try that again. Okay, so we're just going to do a single crochet, and we're going to do a single crochet in each one of these top stitches, and go all the way around. Just going to do a couple before I pull all my little tailings. So we've got a couple going here. So then we want to take this one, give it a little tug to make it tight, and take this one to finish it off. And again, I'm just gonna tie these two just for my own sanity to know that they are secure. They are secure, but this makes it, in my head, more secure. Untangle that. All right, so then we're gonna cover that a bit and then continue with our single crochet all the way around the edge, not to pull it too tight, but you know, not too floppy, crazy loose, but you just want to make sure that you don't pull it tight, because that makes the edge kind of wonky. So there. I will meet you back here in just a minute. All right, so almost finished here. All right, let's finish this off. Do a few more single crochets. And then we get to this end here. I'm just gonna slip, stitch, and just pull it through, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to kind of weave it in here a little bit. everybody finishes things off differently. I know mine looks a little funky. You do you. If you need more tying off or however you want to do it, but I just do a simple slip stitch and pull it through, and then just kind of weave the end in a little bit. It's really not going to go anywhere. There we go. Give it a snip. And there we go. Your basic bucket hat. Pretty cute. And like I said, this was a basic brim. You can always add more, like I did to this one. I did extra rows. I did all the way around. I did on this one 3 double crochets all the way around in the spots that you normally would do the single crochets, and then I did single crochet. So, and this just, it kind of made it floppier, which is fine. It was cute for this hat. You know, I did a little different expansion on this one, but honestly, it's really just up to you how you want to do the brims on these hats. This one had, I didn't put the accent on the edge, so this is what I was talking about, just keeping going with the same color on the edge. So there you go. I hope you enjoy. I will be putting more crochet tutorials on my page soon, but for now, this is the one I have, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.